Right, this is today's table. It's Vanguard deployment. The mission is Deadlock, so we have 6 objectives, and we generate 6 tactical objective cards at the beginning of the turn. We will roll off a deployment, and we'll take you through the armies. Right, guys, so this is the Dark Eldar list. For my HQ is Ilamian, 10 points. I know it's my succubus, but she has the relevant war gear to be represented for the Lamian, and she has the dedicated transport of the Tantalus. Wish I had it painted, but never mind.
You shall die first.
We shall see. For troops, I have 30 warriors, each with a splinter cannon in each squad, in 3 raiders.
I've infiltrated your ranks.
In 3 raiders, not with knight shields. They do have splinter axe and dizzy cannons. For fast attack, I have chosen 6 reavers.
Oh, we got it right this time.
One has a cluster caltrop. I've been calling them Hellions all morning for some reason. I have 5 Scourge. They don't have the weapons you see. They all have shard carbines.
Eagles!
The other fast attack choice is a Razor Wing with night shields, disintegrator cannons. It's got 2 necrotoxin missiles, possibly 4, I can't remember, I'll have to look at my list. And it does have the night shields as well as a splinter cannon. Heavy support, Void Raven, 2 Void Lancers and the mine. It does have night shields, doesn't have any missiles.
I'm a raven!
Down here we have the Forge World Reaper. It has a flicker field, that's the 5 bin run. And down here we've got the Ravager. It's only got 1 Dark Lance today, and it does have night shields. The other 2 are disintegrator cannons, so we'll say the one on the front is the Dark Lance.
Is that a common theme throughout all the Dark Eldar, that they're all birds, secretly? Razor Wing, Raven, Eagles?
I honestly have no idea. I'm also taking the Scalper Squadron formation from the Homunculus Coven book. Each Venom has 2 splinter cannons. Each of the Rack squads has an Akathist in them, as well as 2 Ossifactors. I know 2 of them have got Hex rifles, but you only get 1 in each box, so that was just to show which one's which. So, I rolled combat drugs for the Reavers, and I got +1 strength. Contemplated re-rolling it, but I thought, nah, I'll keep it because at least I'll have strength 5 with Furious Charge if they survive that long. For my Warlord trait, I have generated Master of Fate, which is going to be quite handy in this game type. So we'll now go over Phil's NIDs. Right, so this is Phil's Tyranid list. Phil, what's in your list?
So, for HQ I've got a Hive Tyrant. He's got 2 Tyranid Devourers with Radiant Realms and Wings. Standard what I normally bring on him. His Sigma powers, he got Paroxysm, which is 24-inch Malediction, which is -D3 to weapon skill and ballistic skill. We also got number 1, which is Catalyst, which is a 12-inch blessing that allows the Psyker to have Feel No Pain 5+, and 1 unit within 12 inches to have 5+ Feel No Pain. Going on to troops, I've got a single Mucilid Spore Mine. I've got a Turbogon, who has the Paroxysm Psychic power, and 30 Termagon to make the Turbogon troop choice as well.
Okay.
For elites, I've got 2 squads of 3 Hive Guard with Impaler cannons, because I know you love them, Harry, and a Venom Thrower, because I know you like me having loads of cover saves.
Yeah, so that's why I didn't take night shields, because I knew you'd be taking me cover away.
Fast attack, I have 2 Hive Drones. They are standard what they come with.
Okay.
For heavy support, I have 2 Exocrines.
Yep.
And a Toxicrine.
Lovely.
My Warlord trait allows me to add 1 to the season initiative roll off and reroll my reserves. So a pretty useless Warlord trait.
Right, so we'll come back after deployment. Right, so welcome back after deployment. This is Phil's line of gaunts. The Venom Throw up there, granting shrouded on everything that you see. The Exocrine is looking to drop some pie plates and lots of shots down on the rest of the Dark Eldar. He's kept his Turbogon back there on that objective, and the Toxicrine right behind there. Over here, his flank has the 6 Hive Guards there, and the Hive Tyrant backing them up with the Hive Crone. Now, with having to draw 6 objective cards at the beginning of my turn, I elected to put most of my force on the table. And I've held them back off the deployment line because a lot of Phil's guns are range 24. So although I was 24 inches back, if you move 6, I still need to be outside of 30 to hold them back. So the Tantalus is here. The Reaper and the Ravager looking to hopefully get rid of some synapse. Phil is on Leviathan, taking his formation from Leviathan, so you can re-roll these failed synapses. I've got the Scourge just hanging back. The Raiders, again, outside of 30-inch range. And the Reavers there as well. We rolled for night fighting. It is night fighting, so first turn, at least I've got 3 night shields. I have rolled to seize the initiative. Phil elected to go first. Unfortunately, I did not see, so we'll now move on to Tyranids, turn 1. Right, so these are Phil's cards. Secure Objective 5, which is in my deployment zone. Secure Objective 3, which is right in front of his gaunts. Secure Objective 1 is kind of in no man's land between both of us. Blood and Guts and Domination. Just to point out, Objective 1 is there. And there is 3, so it looks like Phil's going to get 2 points. So we'll come back to it after he's done all of his movement. Right, so Phil's done his movement. Toxicrene has moved into the cover. Obviously it doesn't quite fit, so we placed it the opposite way. The Tervigon's moved back and has spawned 8 Termagants. So Phil's just placing them out now. Over here, everybody has shuffled forward. The Exocrines climbed up into the building there. The Hive Guards have moved through cover. And the 2 flies have come across this way. So, are you moving on to Psychic Phase?
Yes.
And how many dice do you generate on top of... How many have you got? 3 plus...
3 plus 1. 4.
4. You might as well do this on camera since it's going to be so short.
I think... I'll cast Feel No Pain from him onto the Hive Crown as well.
Okay.
I do get it off once. 1 dice, and it goes...
No! 5. So close. So yeah, we'll move on to Shooting Phase. Right, so the Shooting Phase, the Hive Tyrant unloaded the Twin Link Devourers down at this raider here. I jinked, obviously, because it's night fighting. I do have a 3 up this turn. He lost a glance and a pen. The pen was crew shaken. The Hive Crone shot one of the haywire missiles, 2 haywire missiles out, sorry, and scored a glance. And I managed to pass the 3 up jink on that as well. Down here, the Exocrine here shot down at the Tantalus. And I chose not to jink due to having a 4 cover, due to stealth and obviously the ruins being in the way. And armor 12, thought, nah, it's probably not likely to get too many hits or pens. So I did pass the... In fact, no, Phil didn't even damage it. He's made a couple of run moves. The Gaunt's back there, spread out with a 1-inch run. The Toxicrane moved further into cover with a run. And the Hive Guards also moved further out into the open as well, which means I am now within range, so I need to get rid of some of them. That puts the score for Phil at 2-0 to Tyranids. So we'll now move on to Dark Eldar, turn 1. Right, so Dark Eldar, turn 1. I drew no escape, kill an enemy with stealth or shrouded, or make somebody fall back. Ascendancy, control 3 objectives, I can probably get that one. No escape, I'm probably going to go for the Venom Throw-Up. Secure Objective 2, the Tervigon sat on, so I'll have to see what happens with that. And Death by 1,000 Cuts, kill models from 3 different units. Assassinate, kill a character where Phil only has 1, and kill something in the Assault phase. I ain't going to be assaulting, so I thought about it. I'm not going to discard the cards. I'm going to hang on to these because I can get a potential 8 points with if I include First Blood. To put me hopefully in front of Phil. So I'm going to see what damage I can do. I have done my movement. Tantalus has moved forward to here, looking hopefully to clear the Tervigon off that objective. And yeah, the Reaper's moved over to get a shot in on him as well. This raider here moved over and immobilized itself, but it told an objective 6. So yeah.
How good he's off flying now.
So the other raiders moved up here looking to get some shots in over there at the Termagants, the Venom Throw-Up and the Hive Guards. The Ravager has stayed exactly where it is, so I've got everything at full ballistic skill. Over here I had to think long and hard. Basically, if I left the Scourge where they were, they're there. He'd have dropped the template on them anyway, and he's probably going to Vector Strike the raider, so Either way, they're gone. So I need to try and get some shots in. And unfortunately, they weren't within range to do any damage to the Exocrine or the Termagant. So the only things in range are those, but I still need 6s to hit. The jet bikes, meanwhile, have jumped over here. They're looking to secure that. Yeah, I need to roll that one, actually. And...
oh, no.
Fine. So they're securing that objective. And we'll now move on to the shooting phases. Doc, I don't have any psychic.
Don't you mean psychic phase?
That doesn't exist. Right, so welcome back to the shooting phase of Dark Eldar, and it's been very productive indeed. Over here, this snap shooting raider managed to do a wound on the Flyrant with the disintegrator cannon. The warriors didn't do anything. He passed all of his saves. The jet bikes then decided to shoot out on a pot shot and got 4 hits and failed one of his saves. And then he failed his grounding test as well. So he's down to 2 hull points, 2 wounds, and he's now on the ground. The Scourge had nothing else to shoot at, so they shot up at them, but didn't get any hits. Down here, this disintegrator cannon and the raider shot at the gaunts over there, took quite a few of them out. They weren't in the range of the Hive Guard. They couldn't see, unfortunately, and the Exocrine was just out of 24-inch range. This immobilized one here, however, shot and took out 2 of the Hive Guard that were there on the cover that you see. Meanwhile, the 2 Venoms shot both of all 4 splinter cannons at this Exocrine, fulfilled his saves. The 2 Ossifactors shot up.
Like 6 out of 8 saves I failed. It was like,
yeah, so then.
Like 5 up save for the Exocrine.
And yeah, so he went. The Ossifactors were just in range of this and did 1 wound on that, fulfilled his cover save. Over here was amazing. The Reaper finally did something for me. So he rolled to hit the Tervagon. He hit. And on the roll to wound, he rolled a 5, which meant if Phil failed his save, it was instant death. And as you can see, he failed. So the Tantalus has flat-outed and swung around, and he used blade veins on these gaunts here and got rid of 5 of them. These gaunts here took, was it 3 wounds? Lost 3 to the synaptic backlash. I don't know whether or not Phil has to make some more leadership tests, but we'll do that in a few moments. So we'll look at my cards. No escape. I killed the Venom Thrope, actually, sorry, I forgot to mention that. Yeah. It was one of the raiders actually managed to kill him, so I got no escape there. And first blood. I get secure objective 2, which the Tantalus is on. Assassinate, I didn't kill a character. Blood and Guts, I didn't kill anything in the assault phase. Death by 1,000 cuts, I did kill models from, let's count up, 1, 2,
4, 5, 6, 7.
7.
Oh, no, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
There's only 5?
Yep.
Right, so that's a D3. That's 2 points for Death by 1,000 cuts. I also have Ascendancy. These are on this one. The bikes are on that one over there. And the Raider holds that one. So that's D3 for that. That's another 2 points for that. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points to Dark Eldar. And don't know whether to keep Assassinate, because essentially that will give me Warlord kill as well. Blood and Cuts kill something in the assault phase. I will discard that because I'm probably not going to be assaulting. So yeah, the score is 7-2. We'll come back to you after Phil draws his cards. Right, so these are the cards that Phil drew. Secure objective 4 and 5. 1, Hold the Line, and Blood and Guts. So, number 1 I don't think you can get.
Yeah.
Number
Nothing on there I can get unless I kill this.
Is over there. 4, the Reavers have. And Hold the Line, he needs to get rid of the Tantalus. And secure objective, which one is it? 4. You can't.
Can't get 4 or 5.
So there's only Blood and Guts.
There's only Blood and Guts and Hold the Line.
So the Hive Crone came on from reserve. Vector struck the Tantalus. Armor 12 did nothing. Over here, the Flyrant and the Hive Crone have Vector struck each of these raiders and also did nothing. The mucilid spore came on and scattered 3 inches back from the Ravager there. In the psychic phase, the Flyrant has cast Feel No Pain, which I denied, and Paroxysm on the Reaper, so it's -2 ballistic skill.
Skill.
And weapon skill, yeah. The Hive Guards here have moved up, and the Termagants have all just shuffled forward there. That was it for the movement and psychic phase, so we're now going to go on to shooting phase, and I'm expecting a little bit of payback to lose a couple of units here.
Yeah, that's right.
Right, so Tyranids turn 2. Phil has wrecked a couple of vehicles. The Hive Crone here shot the Flamer backwards, only damaged one of the warriors inside but failed to wound, and killed one of the Scourge. I failed me 6-up invuln. The lone Hive Guard shot at this Raider, trying to take it out, but unfortunately missed. The other 3 shot at this one and managed to wreck it. And the Flyrant that was here shot backwards at that Raider. It did get some cover save due to being in the ruins, but unfortunately didn't pass enough, so all the warriors that you see there are now out. Meanwhile, this Hive Crone haywired 2 missiles at this Venom. I opted not to jink, and as you can see, the Venom is now wrecked as well. I failed the Flicker Field invuln saves on that. So, that was it for the shooting. In fact,
You haven't assault.
no, wait, the Exocrine, who did he shoot at?
He tried to kill one of these.
Oh yeah, the Exocrine shot down at this Raider, but didn't do anything. Over here, on the other hand, Phil decided to drop the large blast with armor bane on the side of the Tantalus, and
Came back and hurt him.
came back and actually 2+ poisoned the Toxicrene itself. So he's actually down to 5 wounds, and he failed to pen the Tantalus.
But he is going to charge it.
Yeah, so I think he's going to look to probably explode it. So do you want to roll?
Come on, guys. Please don't fail me this time.
7, that's got to be in that. Yeah. So we'll come back after he's done his attacks.
Yeah, that's definitely him. Blood and guts.
So, yeah, the Tantalus is gone. The Toxicrene got about 5 pens through, and obviously with me 5-up invuln, I failed 2. And Phil rolled 2 5s on the vehicle penetration table, so he did explode it, unfortunately.
I'm going to get rid of number 5.
He got Slay the Warlord as the explosion killed the Lamian. He did lose a couple of gaunts down there, and then they've just failed the leadership test and ran into cover. So how many points you got? You got Hold the Line.
I got 3 points. I got Hold the Line, Slay the Warlord, and Blood and Guts.
And that's for killing something in the assault phase.
5-8.
So 5-8. So we'll now move on to the Dark Eldar, turn 2. So just as we finished filming that there, we realised that the Lamian has a 6-up Feel No Pain, so we just literally rolled it then, and that did get a 6. So she lives. So she is in there, which denies Phil Hold the Line, unfortunately, which actually puts the score at 8-4.
8-3.
8-3.
Oh, I don't have to do
Yeah.
that.
So we'll now move on to the Dark Eldar turn. Right, so Dark Eldar turn, is this 2?
Yep.
I have drew Domination, Witch Hunter, Assassinate Still, Fear and Terror, and Behind Enemy Lines. Behind Enemy Lines, I can get 1 behind there because my Warlord's actually behind there still. Fear and Terror I'm hoping to get due to little synapse on there. Witch Hunter I would have to now kill the Hive Tyrant's the only cycle left. Yep. Domination and Assassinate. So I'm going for Domination. So I've shuffled everything around. The Venom has moved to here, looking to flat out to capture that one. Over here, the Ravager has moved forward just to secure that one and look to get rid of the Gaunts. For my reserves, the Razorwing came on, but not the Void Raven. All the Warriors have moved forward, looking to get some shots in on the Gaunts over there as well. The Reavers, again, just backing everybody up to try and get rid of the Gaunt. Back here, the Scourge.
Well.
Yep. The Scourge here have moved back just to keep hold of that objective, while that Raider has moved up into a position to be able to hopefully get rid of the Gaunts. Meanwhile, back there, the Lamian sat in cover, probably going to go next turn to the Toxicrene, but she is getting me Hold the Line, and she is holding that objective. So yeah, we'll come back after the non-existent psychic phase and then the shooting phase. Right, so Dark Eldar turn 2. Shooting has been amazing. I fired the Reaper first. It didn't jink last turn. Because of Ballistic Skill 2, it still scattered and took out a gaunt or two with the large blast. The Razor Wing mauled almost all the rest of the gaunts over there. There was 2 sat just at this side, which one of the Ossifactors killed one, and then the ensuing explosion from them actually managed to take out the remaining one. There is 1 single gaunt left there. He did pass his leadership test.
Heresy!
So unfortunately, I didn't get Fear and Terror. Because of all that, that meant that all of these warriors here and the Ravager could unload into the Hive Guard, and unfortunately, they only killed the lead one and then did a wound on the second one. The Reavers over there also shot across at them. Down here, the Scourge fired straight through between the canisters that could get line of sight on the Mucilid, and he is gone. I flat-outed the Venom to here, and I got immobilized. So I've lost a whole point on that. I failed the end run, but because the Lamian is over there, it means that I did get Domination. So I rolled for Domination, and I got 2, and I have behind enemy lines because the Lamian is still over there. So that is the score at
13-3.
13-3 to Dark Eldar. So Phil is now going to come back. To be honest,
I'm going to come back on this.
Yeah, I think he probably will because I'm very spread out. I had to get Domination there. I really, really needed to go for that. I was contemplating sending the Razor Wing after the Hive Tyrant to get Slay the Warlord, Assassinate, and Witch Hunter.
Actually, would have been better, I guess.
It might have been, but
you could have unloaded all these into the gaunts, and it could have been better.
It could have been, but I knew with the firepower of the Razor Wing having Disintegrator Cannons, a Splinter Cannon, and the Blast Template, it was probably better to go for the gaunts. I do have the Void Raven to come on, so I'm thinking that's probably what I'm going to need to do. I'm expecting some Vector Strikes now, though.
Oh, it's going to hurt.
So, yeah. We'll come back to...
You thought your Fire Raptor was bad. This is going to hurt.
Yeah. So, I did discard Fear and Terror. Because Phil is, again, taking the formation from the Leviathan book, he does get to re-roll failed leaderships. The only thing that's left is the Gaunt. So, I'd rather try and get some more points from somewhere else rather than just keeping hold of that one. So, yeah, we'll come back to you after Phil has drew his cards and done his movement. Right, so welcome back to Tyranids of turn 3. Phil has drew Overwhelming Firepower. He has Hold the Line, Secure Objective 1 and 4. So 4 is still over there. 1 is down here. And all he needs is to get rid of her to get Hold the Line. He's moved the Hive Tyrant across here and Vector struck the Reaper. Didn't do any damage. This Hive Crone there. Vector struck the Razor Wing and did 2 pens, so he is snapshooting. He's down on 1 whole point as well. So I'm thinking he's probably going to go off the board if he doesn't shoot him down. He's now done the Psychic phase as well. He cast Feel No Pain Paroxysm on the Hive Tyrant. I chucked both dice into it but didn't deny it, and he tried to cast Paroxysm down there on the racks, but he actually failed. He rolled 2 3s. So we now move on to shooting phase, and to be honest, I'm actually quite worried about tabling because he's severely hampering my mobility now. So we'll come back to it after the shooting phase. Right, so here we go. Phil has scored Overwhelming Firepower now because the template, Strength 6, AP 4, which meant the Witches only had their invuln, and I failed all 4 of them, unfortunately. Over here, the Hive Guard have shot down and took out 3 of the Reavers. They have passed their morale check. Down here, he lost a couple of the warriors. Who shot the warriors?
His Flamer.
His Flamer shot at them, though.
No, he didn't. He shot at them. He shot at them.
That's right. So his Flamer took out some of the warriors there. They passed 4 warriors. They passed their leadership on a 1-1. Over here, the Flyerant shot everything at the Ravager. I chose not to jink. I did have Night Shields. I'm in cover. So I failed 1 of the pens, and I am snapshooting now, unfortunately. The Exocrine shot down at the racks here. 3 died, and unfortunately would have been both with the Ossifactors. Looked out onto the Akathist, and he stayed. Meanwhile, over here, Heresy, that
That's right.
damn lonely gaunt.
That damn dirty ape.
Honestly, that one gaunt has killed a Riptide, it's killed a Carnifex. It refused to die in a game with the Blood Angels. And he shot once, he hit the Raider, and he got a 6. And I failed me jink.
Yes!
And that was the last whole point. So the Warriors are in there, they're not pinned or anything. So that is it so far. Phil has scored overwhelming firepower because he's took out the Scourges. We've only got the Assault to do, which is over here. So do you want to roll, Phil?
Come on. That is right.
Yeah, that's definitely in.
You've got your Overwatch on your pistol, though.
I do, indeed. Nope.
But
Do you want to just show what damage a Toxicrane can do?
Oh, yeah, baby.
So how many attacks do you get on the charge altogether?
9.
What's that for?
What's your weapon skill?
How many base is it?
So 6 base, +1 for quick combat, and +2 for rage. So,
yeah.
What is your weapon skill?
I actually don't know of Alamian. Give me a sec. Alamian is weapon skill 4.
Oh, alright, so we're hitting on 4s. So, alright. I am 2 plus poison, AP 2, any 6s are instant death.
Well, it doesn't matter, I'm toughness 3.
Yeah. And you go.
Yeah, there we go. So 3 kills. So Phil has now scored Slay the Warlord as
hold
well.
the line.
And he now does have Hold the Line. So that is that 3 points altogether?
So it's now 5-13.
5-13.
I'm going to discard secure objective 4.
Okay, so we'll now move on to Dark Eldar turn 3. Let's see if the Void Raven comes on.
No.
Oh my. Why?
Oh my, oh my.
Why?
Oh my.
Why? Yeah, in fact, let's see what cards I get as well.
I'm going to do a consolidation.
Harness the Warp. Well, Phil, I can't get Harness the Warp, so we agree to discard.
Yeah.
Secure Objective 3. We draw 4 cards, yeah?
Yeah. 4 cards is done.
And no prisoners. Score 1 victory point if an enemy unit was completely destroyed during your turn. Completely destroyed between 3 and 5. Why couldn't I get that earlier in the game?
Hey, look! Here's by himself.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do though. So we'll get back to you after I've done my movement. Right, so the turn was going really well there. I shot this one Ossifactor over at the Gaunt Heresy that was there. Didn't wound, I rolled a 1 on Fleshbane, so that meant I had to dedicate the 6 warriors at that side to take out the Gaunt, unfortunately. The Reavers and this squad of warriors shot everything into the Hive Guard.
Yeah, Hive Guard.
And they eventually...
2 wounds.
They took wounds and eventually went down. Meanwhile, over here, the disintegrator cannons and the dart lance from this caused a single wound on the Exocrine. He was already down a wound previously anyway, wasn't he?
He went to 4. Then the Reaper did a wound to him.
Yep, the Reaper back here did 1 shot up. I rolled a 4 to wound. Phil did fairly save, but it's only 5 or 6 that you get the instant death special rule. And all of the warriors there rapid fired and unloaded. They did 2. They did 2 wounds, but 3 up armor save, and I'm only AP 5. Phil did roll a few 3, so if he just rolled 1 more, I'd have managed to take out 3 units. Meanwhile, back here, I even shot the Ossifactor from here, and Phil passed his 4 cover as well. So, that scored me then. I do get a point for no prisoners, as I did kill 1 unit. And I also get secure objective 3 as the warriors in that ruin are on it as well. So that scores me an additional 2 points. I don't know whether to discard one of these or not, because I'm then going to start running out of cards. You know what? I'm not going to, because I've got both my flyers coming on next turn, so I'm not going to discard either of those. So the score now stands at... What is the score, Phil?
How many points did you get?
I scored 2 points.
5-15.
5-15 to Dark Eldar. So we'll now come back after Phil's drew his card and done his movement. Right, so Tyranid turn 4. Secure objective 5, secure objective 1, and no prisoners Phil has got. He's done his movement. The Toxicrane's moved out, and I know exactly where he's going for them. The Hive Crun's dropped to hover mode, and he's looking to flame some of the warriors there. The Tyranid Tyrant has dropped down to go for the racks, and those 2 Gaunt are going for the Venom. Over there, the Hive Crone has dropped to hover mode to get objective 5 as well. Everyone's passed the difficult terrain, so we'll now move on to Psychic Phase. How many dice do I get, Phil?
I get +2. Oh, yep, so 4 in total.
So I get 2, yep, and what are you going for?
Feel no pain.
On the rack?
Or feel no pain.
On the
Tyrant,
yep.
Feel no pain on him and the Gaunts. Oh wait, is he within range of the Toxicrine, actually? Yes, he is. So I'll do it on the Toxicrine instead.
Okay.
And I get it off with the perils.
Oh my word.
4 6s.
I can't deny it,
So what's the perils? 3. I take a wound and minus D3 to warp charge.
Okay, so you now want a 1 wound for the Hive Tyrant.
So we do have Feel no pain, which is good.
We'll see if I can take him out in my turn. Fingers crossed. We'll now go on to the shooting phase. Right, so shooting phase. Phil rolled 2 1s with the Flamer template, so 2 of the warriors survived. They have passed their leadership test. Over here, he shot 2 haywire missiles at the Ravager, and he missed both of them.
Yeah.
Down here, however, the Toxicrine dropped the large template and cleared out some of the warriors. Unfortunately, Splinter Cannon was in there as well. The Exocrine shot at the 2 racks that were here. Only 1 of them died. And down here, the Tyrant took out 3 of the racks. So I think he's going to assault. The Gaunts there did shoot at the Venom, but didn't do any damage either. So I think the assault is going to be the Toxicrine, the one to look for. So, yeah.
My Gaunts are going to charge first.
Okay.
I don't know how big that. Nah, they're definitely not in.
No, so they're not in.
Toxicrine of these.
Do you want to roll it?
I'll roll my die. I'm definitely in.
Yeah, that's definitely in.
You've got your Overwatch though.
I do, so we'll come back after we resolve that and the rest of the assault phase. Right, so Overwatch on the Toxicrine, got 2 hits, failed to wound on either of them. As expected, the Toxicrine killed everything that was in there, the last 6 that were there. Phil has secured objective 5 with the Hive Crone over here. And he also got no prisoners by destroying these here. So what was the score, Phil?
It's now 7-15.
No problem. So 7-15 to Dark Eldar. Now,
well,
I am running quite thin on ground now with models left. I do have the 2 flyers coming on though, thankfully. So yeah, I'll see if I can do some damage. And I'm going to have to try and survive, I think, now. Because although Phil has a few models left, they've all got multiple wounds. So we'll see what happens for Dark Eldar turn 4. Right, so I drew Psychological Warfare for my card. I'm probably not going to get it, but we'll see what happens. The racks have moved here. Probably looking to take out the Gaunt. They will be fearless though because of the Flyrant. The Void Raven has moved here. The Razor Wings came back on. They've got shots at either the Toxicrine or the Exocrine. I have moved the Reavers up over as well. I'll probably go with them first at the Exocrine, see if they can take them out. The Warriors have just shuffled around ever so slightly to look to get shots on either the Toxicrine or the Hive Crone. The Ravager I've left still to get full shots at any of those 3. And the Reaper I've just pivoted so I can get shots at either the Toxicrine or the Hive Tyrant. And it's going to be a very thought out shooting phase. I'm going to have to be really careful the order that I shoot things as well to see what happens. So we'll come back to you after the shooting phase. Right, so welcome back. Dark Eldar turn 4 shooting phase has been absolutely brutal. Dropped the Void Mine on the Flyrant and he failed his cover save. So he's gone. Down here, I fired the Void Lance and everything that the Razor Wing had at the Toxicrine, it left it on 1 wound. Back there, the Reavers rapid fired at the Exocrine and took its last wound off. Back here, the Warriors here all shot into the Hive Crone and took the Hive Crone down. And the Ravager that was left here shot at the Toxicrine that was still there and took its last wound. The Reaper did fire before the Ravager, but missed. So, Phil has agreed to concede at this point. I think the final score, because I got Assassinate and Witch Hunter and Slayer the Warlord, what was the final score, Phil?
18-7.
18.
Actually, if it concedes at this point, it would be 19-8.
Because of line breaker.
Yeah.
Right, so that would be 19-8 to Dark Eldar. So that was pretty brutal. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like the channel, please like, subscribe, share. Please ask questions. I'm wanting people to ask questions about what they think. People give their opinions, please. I'm always open to try and comment back to as many people as possible. So yeah, thanks very much.